Because some people say the Egyptians are better prepared. Nigeria, what are you doing? Majority of our players are based abroad.
What they're simply doing is to maximize their
opportunity they have.
And you can't blame them for that.
Yeah.
So I think, like the Barrister Green said yesterday, by this weekend, let us have the home-based players too. But the question is, how do you also balance, the commitments, the complaints from their clubs? Are the players going to be, shuttling between the clubs and the national camp?
Under Coach Sunday said there was an arrangement on weekends you go play for your club. On Monday you are back. But then we have 2 weeks to the game now, so I don't know whether that is the same arrangement that will work. But some of these clubs will make requests for these players, and I'm sure the NFF will oblige them to go play because we need them to be active for their clubs.
I don't know if I'll disagree with both of you. I don't think this is a time where we need random sampling. When the list comes out, I don't expect to see new names. Yeah, experience. You see, as Siasi and Amunike and Salisu goes along the line, we want to see the new players come in. Everybody, we've noticed players here and there that we think can do well in the Super Eagles and bundles of talent. But at this crucial moment, you can't bungle it. So for me, I'm not even expecting. I still want to see the Odeon Igalo, all those guys that have been in the Eagles, that have played important matches.
Our best legs, you mean?
You understand? And I personally really do not see a good reason why I should put 25 home-based players in camps. My personal opinion.
Okay, we'll find out tomorrow when the list is out. We'll find out who is in and who is out. But let's go to Ghana very quickly. Our very good friend, respected football journalist in Ghana, Michael Oti-Adjei, is joining us on Sports Tonight via telephone. It's an interesting situation we have in Ghana at the moment. The Ghanaian Football Association and Coach Abraham Grant are having some sort of exchanges. Abraham Grant has been out of the country for a long time, and the Ghana Football Association have written to him that his holidays should have been over a long time ago, that they should come around and monitor players from the league to strengthen the national team. So let's go to Ghana very quickly. Mike is joining us via telephone. Mike, thank you so much for joining us on Sports Tonight. For how long has this drama been going on, Mike, and for how much longer can it go on in the interest of the Black Stars of Ghana and the Nations Cup qualifiers fast approaching?
Well, I think as far as for how long it's been going on, first of all, good evening to everybody in Nigeria. It's a pleasure to be on here. I think to put it within perspective, we've been doing a count of how long Abraham Grant has been away for Ghana, and at the last count today, he's been away for a good 93 days. Now, we are not sure how long he will continue. We do know that he will arrive back in Accra today, and it was a leak story on a number of football websites. I think the fact that a national team coach who is supposed to live and work in Accra is arriving back to Ghana, and websites and newspapers and television stations consider it newsworthy, in itself underlines the problem. I think it's fair to say, based on the letters that have been exchanged over the last few days, that the GFA has reached breaking point with Abraham Grant. I've personally seen copies of the letter, and it seems that the Football Association simply do not buy Grant's excuse for constantly staying away. He says that he stays away because he wants to monitor players, but the GFA says that it's not giving him permission. So we wait to see how long it will go on, but it's very easy to see that it's a problem that is bound to cause major problems. It's a problem that is bound to widen the disconnect between the Football Association and the coach, unless a solution is found as soon as possible.
Okay, the news is that Abraham Grant is back in the country now. That should be good news for you, Michael. But what exactly is in the contract for Abraham Grant? What is he supposed to be doing when the Black Stars are not busy? I know, for example, that he's organized a few seminars for coaches in Ghana, but how regularly is he doing that? And what are the terms that he has in his contract in this respect?
No, just a correction. He is due to return next week.
Oh, he's due to return next week. Okay.
That is the correction that exactly. Now, you mentioned the coaching centers and everything. He's actually had one meeting with the various coaches of the club side since he became Ghana coach. So he's been Ghana coach for 2 years now. We're told there will be these seminars will be regular and everything, but we've had only one at the moment. Now, a lot of the journalists draw their strength from questioning Abraham Grant's stay away on two grounds. The first ground is that at his introductory press conference, we asked him this question about whether he would be one of those coaches who hops in and out of the country, because there's a feeling here that it just doesn't help in the running of football. You can't pay anybody $50,000 for him to live in the comfort of Europe and then hop in like a foreign player and come and prepare your gear for games for 1 week and then disappears the following week. And he said that he will live here. The Football Association's chairman said that they will make him live here, and he's not done that up to date. The argument for most Ghanaians is fairly simple. Even if the coach does not call players from the Ghana Premier League, and a lot of players don't get into the blaster from the Ghana Premier League, the argument is that his mere presence at games, training matches, being around, will serve as a great source of encouragement to those players. So they want to see the national coach in the stands during games. The Ghana Premier League has been on for 2 weeks now. And strangely, Weather Grant did not have a good sense of timing. But the Sunday after the Ghana Premier League started, exactly in the week afterwards, when all of us were doing our best to lift it to the sort of level you would have wanted. So television stations these days, let's be frank, don't make money off promoting the local league. We write stories about the Ghana League. It won't get us many hits as if we did about Real Madrid. So we were here trying to do our effort, and the national coach who was paid a handsome amount of money was on Sky Sports discussing the potential appointment of Antonio Conte as the next Chelsea coach and discussing everything related to the Ghana Premier, to the English Premier League, when we needed him to be watching Inter Live, to be watching House of Folk, to be watching Asante Kotoko. And that for a lot of people is the most annoying part.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for speaking to us on Sports Tonight. We'll keep talking to you about this, and when it comes into town next week, we'll try to talk to you about it again and find out if the mood is changing in Ghana as you prepare for your tough game in the Nations Cup qualifier. But thank you so much, Mike, for speaking to us on Sports Tonight. That's Mike Oti-Adjei, respected football journalist in Ghana, talking to us about the situation in Ghana as it concerns Avram Grant and the Ghana Football Association. Yemi, this is not the first time we've been having this kind of problems. Africa, we have this problem all the time. We'll go for foreign coach, but they hardly stay around. They make the money. They monitor the players abroad and all of that. But it's an issue that has been on for a very, very long time. Yemi, let's wrap up the show very quickly. 2016 Olympic Games could be very different because for the first time we may see top-rate professional boxers getting involved. Manny Pacquiao, he's been talking.
Yeah, well, if the votes go their way, there's going to be a vote in May. They're making proposals to have professional boxers at the Olympics. And Manny Pacquiao is saying, look, I would love the opportunity to represent my country at the Olympics. It doesn't get any better than that. You know, he's right now focusing on his bout with Timothy Bradley. That's what he's preparing for. There are proposals, like I said, that will allow professional fighters, but a vote will still be taken to that. He has not been at the Olympics, and he's really eager for that opportunity. He wants that opportunity. Another thing that he also wants is about with Floyd Mayweather, and he's not going to get that, and that's why he's jumping at this one.
All right, that's how we have to wrap it up on Sports Tonight, this beautiful Wednesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the night.